16.
I was working at the Liberty Square leasing office. She called, she was looking for a contract. I was like, we got nothing. And then I was like, wait, what? Hold on a second. And so I checked, and a contract opened up like in the moment she called, and so I sold it to her.
My first impression of him was just more of, like, this guy has so many friends, he's plenty popular, and he doesn't need any more friends. He doesn't have time for me. We met at a family home evening.
We were playing Ninja, and I'm pretty good at that game.
He claims that I flirted with him with my eyes.
She was like flirting with her eyes, you know. She's getting eyes in there.
I beat him at Ninja twice, despite his really fast reflexes.
She actually won legitimately. I did not let her win. And that was like, cool.
And I get bragging rights for the rest of eternity now.
And then I asked her out on a date like the next day, and bada bing, bada boom. We're getting married.
Apparently Spencer had looked up my number on the ward directory, which he claims he's never done before, but we'll see. Maybe other women will come out later and said he did the same thing.
I called her up and I was like, you want to go on a double with me and my roommate? And she was like, sure. I took her out on what I thought was a pretty classic date, classic, aka cheap.
We went and we got frozen yogurt and went to the Jungle Book.
And she'd already seen it. I mean, who hasn't seen the Jungle Book? I made a stupid bet. I was like, I bet you that Shere Khan lives.
He made the first move and held my hand on that date.
I was like, yeah, let's shake on it. And I took her hand and I was like, shake. And then I stayed there. It's smart.
Pretty surprised at myself that I accepted, because that was even too much commitment for me on a first date.
And so, yeah. And she just didn't let go either. And I was like, okay. And then she like cuddled on my arm. Yeah, it was a good first date.
He kissed me on August 16th, the day before his birthday, the 17th.
I realized that if I kissed a girl too soon, I stopped liking her very quickly. And I really liked Addison. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna kiss this girl for a whole month.
I kept telling him, like, if you don't kiss me by then, I'm going to kiss you on your birthday.
And everyone's like, have you kissed her? And I was like, nope. And they were like, what are you thinking? And so I planned this date, and I was gonna take her out to get some Belgian waffles, which she loved. And then I was gonna take her to a secluded place and give her a first kiss.
I remember we went to Bruges, this Belgian waffle place, and he took me out there, and then we rode our bikes.
And while we're biking to the place I'd picked out, she's like, you know, I bet you're probably gonna kiss me tonight. And I was like,
I kept saying, you know, I don't think you're gonna wait till September 1st. I think you're gonna do one of three things. Either you're actually going to kiss me on September 1st and keep your word, or you're going to say September 1st and then kiss me like tonight, or you're going to say September 1st and then push it back some more, because that's what you keep doing.
So then we went to this building in Provo that was under construction, and we snuck in.
So we trespassed, best kind of dates. He like pulled me in closer, and he was like, well, you were kind of right. I had no intention of waiting.
I took her in my arms, and then overlooking the beautiful Provo skyline.
And then he kissed me.
Make it known, this day, the 9th of May, the year of our Lord 2017, that I said I love you first. Hands down.
I know that I said I love you first. I did. And he's going to claim that he did.
Who's got two thumbs said I love you first? This guy, okay?
He did tell me, you know, just act as if I love you. But that's not even saying I love you. That's saying pretend like I do.
I think it was just more like, well, you shouldn't do that because I might love you. There's might in there, maybe.
I've just been thinking over and over, like, I love him. And I've never felt that about anyone else before, like dating-wise.
And she said I love you like a couple weeks later. Hers was a lot more like, I have something to tell you, and it is I love you.
I tell him that I love him. And he still claims that he told me first, but I'm sticking to my word.
The proposal. Oh, what a stressor in my life.
And I still wanted a surprise, so I'm like, you need to propose between 1 to 3 weeks.
I was like, how do you surprise a girl who knows she's gonna get engaged within a 2-week, 3-week span? I called up a buddy of mine. I was like, Routson, I need a favor.
He had a friend who was a photographer from the mission. We wanted to see if this photographer would be good for our engagement.
I was like, I need you to pretend to do a family shoot. You're practicing, and we're gonna use you as our engagement photographer person.
His big cover was that his photographer friend needed to have practice taking pictures of families.
So my uncle's family came, and Uncle Whitney and Aunt Lisa.
We get all dressed up and look our best for pictures. So that was easy. He had me all dressed up like I wanted. I just remember the day of thinking, he's totally going to propose to me.
We're like taking pictures in the snow, and then I was like, okay guys, big proposal, let's practice. And I got down on a knee with this ring pop, and I had the real ring in my back pocket.
And the second he took out the ring pop, I was like, oh, he's not actually proposing today.
I'm sitting there, and I realized I have no idea how to get her to turn around or look away so I can get the ring out of my back pocket. And so, in a moment of desperation, I tried to like hand the ring pop to her, but accidentally drop it. But it was actually just more like just kind of threw it on the ground.
And I was like, okay, now put the ring pop on my finger. You know, I really want to eat it. And then he throws it over my shoulder, like past me into the snow. And I'm like, that was a perfectly good ring pop.
And she was like, why would you do that? And I was like, pick it up.
So I turn around to go pick it up, and then I turn back around and he's on his knee again with the real ring, with the box upside down.
I open it up. She turns around and I'm like, I'm so smooth. Let me start my speech about let's grow old together. But then I'm not getting the reaction from her I expect. There was no the classic like.
And I was like, oh, he has a ring. Oh, it's upside down.
And I was like, what's the matter with it? And then I noticed that the ring box is upside down. So I have to flip it over.
And then he asked me, will you be my Mrs. Roberts? And I thought that was a really cute way, instead of just, will you marry me? Definitely very Spencer style.
Addison Tippett, thank you for coming into my life. It was good timing. And I'm excited. I'll be dead honest. Marriage is weird. I don't know what it's going to be like, but I'm excited it's with you.
Spencer, I just want you to know that I love you, and I am so excited to marry you in T-minus 3 days. I know that every day I will laugh, because no matter how stressed I get, you are able to distress me. I don't know how, but it's one of your many gifts, and I'm really looking forward to having adventures with you. I love you.
And I hope you dream you're a part of me. You're a part of me, part of me.
Sorry, there's a bee right here.